We're down in the Extra Man Arcade tonight. We haven't done one of these in a while, so we thought we'd go around the room and show you what we have down here. We'll start right here at this one. This is our Donkey Kong. It has the different marquee on it, the marquee from the Donkey Kong Championships that they have. And I bought, I don't know if you can see that, but it says number 85. So I bought number 85 this year I graduated. And so it plays Donkey Kong. And it also has the Donkey Kong 2 in it, so you can play Donkey Kong 2 as well. So when you're tight on space, as we are down here, you try to maximize what you get with every 4 square feet that each game takes up. So it's kind of neat. It has 2 games in one in it. Next one we have here is Burger Time. Bought Burger Time from a guy over in Indiana about a year ago, and it's a pretty good game. It's got a really neat cabinet. It's cut out into the shape of the chef. I don't know if you can see there. It's kind of dark down here. But next we have Pacman, and this plays Pacman, obviously, and it has the fast version like that, and it also plays Miss Pacman. So you can play both Miss Pacman and Pacman, and this is also the fast version of Miss Pacman, and it'll play the regular speed version also. So it's neat that you have both of them in the same cabinet. Takes up a little less room. Here we have Gorf. Gorf we picked up in Evansville. One of the first games we bought, and neat game. And we like this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Here we have Moon Patrol. Sure we all remember that. You drive the car on the moon, and you jump and you fire. So you start with a few simple jumps, just like that. Then the alien ships come down, you got to shoot them, and it goes on and on. Here we have Wizard of War. Picked this game up in Cincinnati last summer, and this is one of my grandson Landon's favorite game. He likes going out here and shooting these guys, and we have a lot of fun playing this game together. Here we have Asteroids Deluxe. Picked this up from a guy over in Georgetown, Kentucky, and it's impossible to play with one hand, so we're not going to. But you get the idea. Asteroids. This one here, this is our multicade. This has 60 games on it. So you hit, actually, my bad. This has 400 games on it. I forgot I just changed out the board on it, and it's an actual 412 game system. And if I could remember how to do it, I don't know if I can. There we go. I only played this a couple of times since I got it, and this should take you back to the start menu, and you can see you can scroll through. So you can play Frogger. That's a fun game. And 411 other games that probably aren't as fun as Frogger. So Frogger, yep. And the neat thing about this, you get a lot of games, and if you're any good at it, it's a lot more fun. So here we have the first one, Asteroids. Before Asteroids Deluxe, this game came out in 1979. It's one of the first games that came out. It started with Space Invaders, and then Asteroids, at least to where this stuff really became popular. And it's just as hard to play one-handed as Asteroids Deluxe, so we're not going to try. Then we have a little slot machine. Slot machine. You lose, just like the real ones. Here we have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. pretty good fighting game if you like fighting games. I don't like fighting games, so I play this like never. But people 10 or 15 years younger than me like playing fighting games, and if they were to ever come over, they would have one to play. Here we have Capcom Bowling. The only reason I keep this game is because if you don't know how to play a video game, anybody can play the bowling game. And that's usually what they all come to, is the bowling game. So then we have one of our pinballs. We just got this one. Got it from a guy down in Lake Cumberland. Batman Forever. It is a pretty, it's got any credits on it, we'll play it here. And it's a pretty neat game. It had about 75 light bulbs out in it when we got it, and we changed them, and it works really nice. It's a nice game. This is by far the nicest game that we have. Here we have Cyclone, and I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll get close. One of the reasons I got this is this guy right here in the front. If you can barely see him, it's Ronald Reagan and Nancy. See, she says just say no to drugs on her shirt. So that's the main reason I got this, because I went in and I wanted to buy a pinball machine, and I saw him sitting in the front of the roller coaster, and I said, I want this one. And so that's the one I got. This one here is, this is another one of the multi-cades. It has 138 games on it. Right now it's set to Joust. So you hit the player button and you remember Joust. This is probably the game we play the most on here. But, you know, it has a lot of other games on it. And we don't play them as much. We play Joust the most. Here's our television. Not much on tonight. And then we have Star Castle. This is one of the newer ones that we have. It's probably the newest video game that we have. And Star Castle was a lot of this. You get close and you shoot that ring without those little fireballs coming and getting you like he's getting ready to, and boom, just like that. But that's Star Castle. It's kind of a harder game to find. It's one of the hardest games that we had to find, and bought it from a guy up close to Cincinnati. Here, this is an older pinball machine. It's got the bells. I don't know if it's even, there we go. We can shoot a ball off here. It plays a lot slower than the newer ones, you know. It kind of bounces around. This guy here dances around a little bit every time he hits something. Just like that. His one leg is kind of hung up, but it's an older one. It's kind of a neat little thing. Has these little baby flippers on it and stuff. So, you know, it's one of the first pinball machines that had flippers. It's made in the 60s, and it's just kind of neat. This one here, Klondike, got it for next to nothing. It was broken, and it's broken again. It will not reset for some reason. It's something simple that we just haven't fixed yet. But it's an okay game, you know. It's 70s, and it's just, you know, you started with this one, then you came with this one, then you moved to the Cyclone, and then now we're into the Batman. So those are the 4 eras of pinball. We have one from each one, and so that's it. You know, that's our room. Take you for a little spin around here. We just rearranged everything. It was kind of fun, but it was a lot of work too. So Mortal Kombat, it's so loud. You have to love it. And Batman. And that's it. That's our game room. So you should stop by sometime and play some games. They're all set to free play. We don't collect quarters out here. So we will see you next time. Bye-bye.